Now, when it comes to these threats that we're seeing, the cartel just recently authorized the use of weaponized drones. A very shocking move here, and something that agents that I talk to say is unprecedented, because there's always kind of been an agreement, Natasha, where the cartel kind of stays over there and operates over there and doesn't breach this side, because they would ruin their pathways, their thoroughfares to actually move drugs and people into the country illegally. It would be a big problem for them. But they're getting desperate because the border is pretty secure. We're only seeing about 600 people cross the border every day. And so they're not making that money. So what are we going to be seeing? Retaliation against Border Patrol, things like that down here at the southern border. So in this memo that we obtained, where they're authorizing these weaponized drones, Border Patrol agents, they're being advised to remain cognizant, wear their ballistic armor, but also use their long guns. So that's something I haven't seen in an alert or an advisory for Border Patrol. But it seems like those violent threats are escalating, Natasha, and something that obviously is cause for concern when it comes to what's happening down here at the southern border. A lot of attention is on the interior, but there's a lot of enforcement down here to protect the agents, officers, and also the community down here, Natasha.
And speaking of enforcement, Ali, we are seeing ICE enforcement actions continuing coast to coast this week. Border Czar Tom Homan saying leaks around mission operations are causing safety concerns for law enforcement. But it's not just leaks, right? There's a growing threat to law enforcement and Border Patrol. I know you're monitoring a lot of it on social media. Ali, these are graphic threats. What can you tell us?
Yeah, and a lot of people watching probably wouldn't be that surprised that law enforcement right now, involved in a very controversial situation, are getting some kind of negative feedback, some threats even. And these threats are being taken seriously enough by CBP that they kicked out a memo agency-wide alerting of these threats and really advising people to be more aware, because some of these threats are extremely graphic, and they're out there doing these operations. These are targeted enforcement operations where they apprehended over 8,200 people already. So that is what they're tracking right now. They're averaging around 812 arrests a day based on what we've been tracking since January 23rd. But when it comes to these threats, some of them are calling for people to spit in ICE officers' food, to impale them with nails, to defecate in their vehicles, and some, Natasha, just outright call for the murder of these ICE officers. And again, this isn't a new operation, Natasha. It is on a grander scale under the Trump administration. But gosh, earlier in January, ICE arrested over 400 people in a single operation. So this is a fugitive operations task force that they actually apply for in a detail, and it's a 2-year detail. And they're out there doing this job with dockets, with targets. They know who they're going after, but unfortunately, like Tom Homan says, they're going to end up with some collaterals. And we've seen that as well, Natasha.
Yeah, and Ali, President Trump, meanwhile, announcing he is sending as many as 30,000 undocumented migrants to Guantanamo. And we see nearly 1.5 million set to be deported. So this is really just a drop in the bucket. Deportation flights, meanwhile, are ongoing. We see this new agreement being reached with Venezuela tonight. There's so much to unpack. So tell us more about this deal. And in addition to Guantanamo Bay, what other locations will undocumented migrants be headed to?
Yeah, this was a big one here when the Trump administration sent officials over to Venezuela to literally meet with Maduro, who has been contentious and a problem for the United States for quite some time. They actually haven't received a flight back from the United States in Venezuela for about a year. So this is kind of an about face here, where Venezuela is saying, hey, we are going to accept our Venezuelan nationals back. We are proud to accept them back, which is interesting to hear. But they're also going to be receiving the violent criminals, which include Tren de Aragua. We know that's a gang that started out of Venezuela that really has taken a stronghold here in the United States. Representative Tony Gonzalez argues they're present in every single state. So Tren de Aragua is an issue. But when it comes to, like you said, that's a drop in the bucket to be able to house about 30,000 people at Guantanamo Bay. So where else can they actually get help from without congressional funding? Homan says, we need Congress funding, but if we don't have that, we'll do what we can with what we have. You saw in there some of those options. Sheriffs across the country are jumping in. We went up to Wyoming, Laramie County Sheriff. They're offering about 200 beds to the Trump administration so that they can house people. Fort Bliss has space for undocumented people. They have space for unaccompanied children as well.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.